Fuck it, let's do it.
So, it didn't get serious until he called us and he was like, buy your airplane tickets. That's the moment I realized, oh fuck. I'm either spending $150 for no reason or I'm spending $150 to go to California. I never thought in my life that I would be going to California at 19 years old.
Sorry for my hair, I look like fucking Wendy. And this story time is about, what should I do a story time about? I don't know. I'll cut this out. This will be cut out. Okay, the time I moved to California. Okay, so I was 19 years old. Okay, so I'm 19 right now, but this was like okay, so I was 19 years old. It was in August. Okay, so I met this, we're gonna call him D. I met D in like 7th grade, but we didn't talk that much. We talked a little bit, I would say. And in 8th grade, we talked a little bit more. We got closer and stuff. So we would like text throughout high school, and I don't think we would ever really like, meet up. But I think we met up during like the pandemic when that happened. So like 2020-ish, right? 2021. So I was like a junior, senior then. So the first time we met, we went to a picnic by like this river place, and like we had like sushi and stuff. We listened to music, but it was like really hot that day, so we decided to go to the mall. And I haven't seen him after that for like a few months. And then he asked me to hang out with him and go to a abandoned place with his friend Katie. I don't mind saying Katie's name. I don't think we're friends. Where was I? Okay, so, they're not funny. I think I have like brain damage. Okay, I keep going off topic. Okay, so, we went to this abandoned place. Abandoned. It was fun. And then time moved past, and I wouldn't hang out with him, but cause I like stopped texting people. Like I got a new number, I stopped texting people, like you wouldn't hear from me. And then came around, I would say beginning of 2021. I haven't texted him in like 3 or 4 months. He texts me on Instagram or something. He's like, hey. I'm like, hey. And we start speaking again, and he explains how he was trying to get in contact with me, and how his boyfriend like dropped off a cat or something, and like, or he wanted to drop off a cat or something. So I was so confused, but like we were friends again, and we would speak, and then we started to hang out more. We started to go to abandoned places with Katie and his friend Eli and stuff. And then he was leaving June 26th. I remember that day perfectly because that's my brother's birthday. I don't know when he left, but it was sometime June 25th, 26th, 27th. Those 3 days. We would hang out, and he would pick me up. We would just talk. He would get food and eat. So if I wasn't being clear, I knew he left the 26th, but I don't know when he arrived to California. He went by car, so I wasn't so sure about that. I don't know if he left, I'm pretty sure he left June 26th around midnight. So he probably arrived, it took him like 2 days to get there, or a day and a half. So, yeah. It was time for him to leave. Like a month or 2 passed, I thought I was never going to see him again. And like he was still texting us though. Me and Daniel, my friend, me and Daniel. During this time, Katie after he left, Katie cut him off. Okay? Katie cut him off because she said that he's literally just going across the world for like a guy that's no interest in him. And I'm like, I mean, do you like get your man, sis, get your man. And so he invited me and Daniel to be roommates in California. And I'm like, I'm 19 years old. One second. Some random ass number just sent me a picture. I wasn't recording. I was talking to my fucking self the whole fucking time I sent him a camera. I think I was. Anyways, a random person just texted me, and it's some lady holding a baby. And I'm like, who's this? And she said, wrong number. What type of weird shit happened? She sent me a baby. That never happens to me because no one texts me. Anyways, where was we? He moved to California. He asked us to be roommates. I was unsure because I was 19. I was ready to go into college. Remember that. The beginning of the summer 2021, I was ready to go into fall semester of college. I was going to go to a community college because obviously it would be cheaper. So I'm like, I don't think I could do that. I don't want to do that. I gotta go to college. He like, you do college anytime. You could do this, that. Like, you're always like, live your life a little bit. Like, get out there, you know? So I'm like, fuck. He's kind of right. Live your life. And I told Katie about it, and she's like, yeah, I don't think that's a great idea. He's the first moment he is able to leave you, he will when his man texts him. And I'm like, Cap, I think I know him better than that. I kind of believed her at the same time I didn't. Let's just say that. Sorry for my rankety ass braids. Okay, so Daniel, he was persuading me. He's like, yo, let's just do it. Let's do it. So I'm like, I'm just saying I'm gonna go, but I'm not actually go. I'm gonna like block them or some shit. Bitch, I'm kind of like, when it comes to college, like, I don't play around. Like, I always dreamed about going to college. I know that's a weird dream, but I always wanted to go to college. As I'm saying that right now, I'm not in college. So anyways, sorry, I keep getting interrupted. This is why I don't do this shit. Where was I? Please. So it didn't get serious until he called us and he was like, buy your airplane tickets. That's the moment I realized, oh fuck, I'm either spending $150 for no reason, or I'm spending $150 to go to California. I never thought in my life that I would be going to California at 19 years old. And then we bought it. We sent the confirmation, we sent the confirmation email that we bought it to him, and he saw it, and everything went through. So we leave in like the next 2 weeks. So me and Dan are like, we're working our asses off at jobs, trying to get money, trying to like save up. So when we go there, we have money. So the first week we tried to go to work, and we work for this company where like they just tell you to work and they give you a certain amount for like certain jobs. So it wasn't kind of like a thing where you just go into work and you know you're going to get paid this amount and work at this time. She gives you certain times of the day, certain days, and how much you get paid for this event. Keep that in mind. So like we're going to these things. Like it was a Monday or a Tuesday. It was like a baseball thing. We went. Then we went the next day. The next day we didn't go because something happened. Something happened where we didn't go. It was either really like snow was bad. No, it was the summer. Something happened, we didn't end up going. But we didn't end up going, but instead we go to fucking Sonic. Like the dumbasses we are.
So I blamed this situation for my mistakes in California. So the next time we work, his car literally gets, like, he locks his keys in his car. So we're like, should we just go into work? We're like, yeah, let's just go into work. Maybe when we get out, we can fix it. We go into work. Homegirl, she's like, oh, yeah, yeah. How do I tell you guys this? You guys should have came earlier because we have no more, like, positions for the job. And we're like, bitch, we don't have that much time. We have, like, a week. And she only assigned us, like, 3 days that week. And, like, for one of those days, we gotta pack. Like, fuck. So, the next few days, we start working. And we start packing. And I didn't tell my dad about it, but I brought the suitcase home. And I put it in a trash bag so he wouldn't see. Like, bitch, he didn't even blink a second eye. Like, why when that was, like, a fucking body in that bitch? He didn't say one fucking word to me. He's like, teenagers. And then we packed. He was on the phone with us while we was packing. And then it was time to leave. So I had to tell my dad. He was mad, obviously. He's like, why are you trying to move all the way across the world? Go ahead. I'm like, I'm going to do this anyways. I want to go to college in New York. I want to be independent. I'm 19 years old. He's like, fine, just do it. If anything happens, don't call me. That's what parents always say. So I'm like, okay. We get to Daniel's house, and I'm up. We're scared we're going to miss a flight. We're going to sleep through it. So the flight is like at 6 or 7 a.m. And we got to get there, like, we got to be up at 4. We had to go to his sister's house. That's just like 30 minutes to an hour. And then we had to go to the airport. So you want to use the airport at least an hour ahead, right? So we had to make sure we do all that. So we had to stay up to like at least 4 a.m. And it was only like, I told my dad around 10. We got at Daniel's house around 11. Not even 11, 10:30ish, I think. So we still had 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Like 6 hours. And bitch, I was already tired because I went to the gym. Like, I had a long day, and so we're playing games on my iPad and stuff, and then I fall asleep. I end up falling asleep, and then he wakes me up. It's time to go. We put the bags and stuff in his mom's van, and then we're off. We'll go to his sister's. We unpack to his sister's car, and then we leave to the airport. We get to the airport, and damn, this video is already 8 minutes long. This bitch gonna have to be a part fucking 2. No, I'm not gonna do that to you guys. But we get to the airport, basically. Maybe this is gonna be a part 2 because this is a lot of shit. I hope I didn't say his name. If I did, I'll try to bleep it out. So we get to the airport, and yeah, we wait, and then here comes our plane. We get off the airplane, and then we get to the other one. We landed in Texas, by the way. There was a Texas land. And this wasn't a round trip. We were just going there. So we get there to California. We meet him. He puts our stuff in a car, and he has his other 2 friends with him. We're gonna name one H and one K. So H and K, they're with D. So they're with D. So he takes us to In-N-Out, because there's no In-N-Out here where I live. So once we see that, we're like, but I was kind of vegan at that time, vegetarian. So I didn't eat meat. And I didn't really want nothing from there. So I went to Panda Express, and I got 2 egg rolls with some sauce and some lo mein, however you say it. And we're eating, and then we end up going to, where do we end up going? Oh, we're just going around San Diego, basically. We get to Kay's house, apartment. We get to her apartment, we're chilling and stuff. She invites her boyfriend over and we smoke. We don't illegal, not illegal, but we were chilling, we're hanging out. There we go. She says we can stay the night. Because obviously we don't have nowhere to live. By the way. So we're hanging out. We stay the night. And the next day we plan on going to church. So we wake up at like 9 a.m. We go to church. We go to Everbowl. And yeah. And then we end up going to Target later on that day. And we end up buying like these crates to put in the back of his car. We put the crates in the back of his car and we like separate the stuff. Underwear, pants, shirts, and like shoes and other stuff. So we go to like all the places. Also, I don't have a social security card. So I lost it here and I ordered a new one before I left. And I was telling him I don't have a social security card. So it was a good idea for me to go over there because I can't get a job automatically. And he's like, just come. So I go. We I don't have a social security card. Daniel's applying to jobs. I can't apply to jobs because I don't have a social security card. If I did, I'll end up telling him I order a new one and it's coming. So we don't have a job yet either. Because, I don't know. It's only our second day there. Not even, our second day there. We don't have a job. The second day, we had to sleep in a car. And the third day, this is where everything went down. So we end up, he takes us to, I think it was Oceanside, if I'm not mistaken. Oceanside, one of the beaches there. And we're in Oceanside, and he's like showing us the beaches and stuff. And before that, so I don't know if it was the third day there actually. It was like in a week, the first or second week there. Me and Daniel, we didn't have that much money left. We were like kind of flatline broke. We're homeless, broke, and so the only person who had money was D. We're staying in his car too. So everything like from us is his basically. The only thing we own is the things inside his car. So he gets to the beach and he's mad at us because we don't have jobs yet, and he's mad at me because I don't have a social security card yet. We have a whole argument. I end up walking away, and me and Daniel end up crying. And he tells us we should go back. I'm like, why would you invite us in the first place if you knew, like, I don't have a social security card, first of all. And second of all, I remember when we bought the airplane tickets, we told him we don't have that much money left. He said, it's fine. Just try to work. So that's what we did. We tried to work, but we still didn't end up making enough money to survive more than 2 months there. So we're kind of like dependent on him for food and everything. So of course he's gonna be shitty. I don't blame him. So we just go by, and me and Daniel, we finally have a job. Daniel, he's working at Marshall's, and I'm working at Sprouts. And D, he's working at Cane's, Raising Cane's. And they're all three in the same like shopping center, and that's where we park at to sleep at night. So like obviously like that's that. Time moves past, we get into argument and stuff. It's been like, we're in the month of September or October. It was October, I think. I got into an argument with D. No, I didn't get into an argument. I went on my spam page and I ranted. I was like, I hate every day being the same for me. Like, I don't know. I had to let my anger out some type of way. And I forgot he was on my spam account so he could see that shit. So he saw it and he's like, I think you should go back. You're not helping me trying to find an apartment. And the whole time me and Daniel, like, we're trying to help, but, like, there's nothing much we could do. Every apartment we go to, they say, like, they can't get us into an apartment until, like, January of this year, 2022. So we're like kind of screwed on that. So the only thing we could do is like roommates, find other people who want to roommate with us. So we end up like, we're like in an argument. Me, Daniel, and D. We're all in an argument. We're arguing. And so, like, it was my decision. I was going to go back, and I was going to go back to college. Well, not go back to college, but I was going to enroll in college and everything. And Daniel, he would stay there. So I'm like, that seemed like a nice plan. So, I'm going to tell you, but before that conversation we had, no, it was an argument. We said that, yeah. And, like, I kind of want to leave, though. I don't want to leave. So I said, can we please keep trying? We got this. We got to push through the hard times, you know. So we did. We found someone who would offer us 1 bedroom for $500 each. That's way too much for a fucking bedroom. But, yeah. And she says, yeah, we don't sell it. We're going to give it to you guys. So we end up going to Target, waiting for her answer. And she texts us like 2 hours later. She's like, hey guys, I gave it to my roommate from college. I'm sorry about that. I hope you guys find a place. So then we're like sad. I'm definitely going back. And yeah. So I'm already thinking about packing, leaving. And I was going to pick a certain day when I get paid. I was going to pay it that week. So I was going to leave on that Monday or Friday or something. So I was waiting until I get paid. But before that, she texted us back. And she was like, hey, it's open. Like, that didn't work out with the college thing because she said she only found somewhere else. And you guys can have it if you want it. We all had the money for it. So we're like, okay. We finally got, like, a place to stay on our feet. Once we, like, get stable, we can look for something else. This isn't gonna be, like, this is just for a temporary thing. That's what we all agreed. And I'll get to part 2 later. I'm sorry. Bye. Subscribe. And all my socials be in the description, by the way. Thank you. So, hey guys, if you wanted me to do a part 2, I can. And I can do it with Daniel and maybe Katie and his ex-boyfriend. And they could, like, tell you, like his ex-boyfriend could tell you, like, what type of person he was. And Katie can also. Because they were kind of, like, both best friends with him. And, like, remember, we're all friends. Like, there's, like, 5 or 6 of us that he fucked over. Okay? And, like, I just let things go. I'm not the type of person to hold on to things. I really don't care. If you done something, oh well, maybe we like get over it in the future. I'll forgive you. But yeah. But Daniel, he was there. Like, he was a roommate of ours. So if this ever blows up, like, we could obviously do a part 2 with him. And he can explain his point of view, how toxic and manipulative that man was, and how the environment was bad, and on and on. But yeah, at the end of the day, I just want to say I don't have no negative, like, words for anyone. I don't think anyone deserves any bad treatment to them. I respect them, and obviously I respect their space if I'm not saying their name or anything. I want this person to, like, stay private, and I don't want anyone to attack them. And maybe this is just our point of view, how we see it. Maybe, like, his story is different. But at the end of the day, this is my point of view, my story time, how I saw it, and how it was. So, yeah. But if you want a part 2 with Daniel, just like, subscribe, and comment down below. My social medias are in the bottom. I don't really use social media, but if you want to contact me on there, yeah. And yeah, let's get my YouTube started, guys. I always wanted to do it, but I always was scared and insecure.
But yeah, thank you. Bye.